think it's official. Donald Trump is by far the most corrupt president of the United States of America ever.
That's a bold claim. But it might just have some wings, literally. Because, rumor has it Trump asked for the plane. Qatar did not offer it first. And when asked about it, he didn't like the questions. Not in America, not in Africa.
Why not leave it behind?
You're ABC fake news, right?
Why not?
Only ABC, well, a few of you would. Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet.
And then not receive
It's not a gift to me, it's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better, because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster.
What are you talking about? You know, you to get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatar jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC, because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace. No more questions from you. Go ahead.
We could blame it on the new Trump, if that wasn't the opposite of what 2016 Trump said. This was Trump back then, demanding Saudi Arabia refund $25 billion.
Arabia giving $25 million, Qatar, all of these countries. These are people that kill women and treat women horribly, and yet you take their money. The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level. So we had a decision to make. Do we take the easy road, or do we finally take a hard but necessary action? We have to stop the funding of terrorism.
Now his new favorites serve him jets and camel parades. When Trump landed in Qatar, he was welcomed like a galactic emperor. They gave him the finest marble.
Look at this, it's so beautiful. As a construction, I'm seeing perfect marble.
Camel count that beat his childhood zoo.
Appreciate those camels. I haven't seen camels like that in a long time.
And dances that left him breathless. The prince? He loved him.
Well, I have to say that we've been friends for a long time. Hard to believe, right? I remember that first meeting very well. And we've liked each other.
The ladies? Even more. Next time, skip the plane, just give him marble.
Take a look at this room. This room is the real deal. That's called white marble. It's very hard to buy. Believe me, I know very well.
He barely reacted to the world's purest drop of oil.
The highest quality oil there is on the planet, and they only gave me a drop. So I'm not thrilled. But it's better than no drop. Can you imagine?
He even seemed regretful about killing thousands in the Middle East.
Killed hundreds of thousands of people in the Middle East. The single worst decision our country ever made was to go into the Middle East. Not only the millions of people killed, and I include people on both sides. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't say that. I said, I'll say it, on both sides. Such a horrible thing was done. Such a horrible mistake was made. We're doing this a different way.
But don't worry. He reminded everyone that America won both world wars and saved the world from speaking German and Japanese.
Was celebrating, France was celebrating, everybody was celebrating but us. And we're the ones that won the war. We won the war. And they helped. But without us, they don't win the war. We're all speaking German. You know that, right? Without us, they're speaking German, maybe a little Japanese too.
And because of that, the U.S. deserves a plane worthy of greatness, not that little embarrassing thing called Air Force One.
This plane, the plane that you're on right now, is almost 40 years old. And when you land and you see Saudi Arabia and you see UAE and you see Qatar and you see all these, and they have these brand new Boeing 747s mostly, and you see ours next to it, this is like a totally different plane. It's much smaller, it's much less impressive as it is.
And, you know, we're the United States of America. I believe that we should have the most impressive plane.
Now here's the kicker, the topic we all waited for.
And this has been a very interesting couple of hours. We discussed the world. We discussed Russia and Ukraine, where you've been a tremendous help.
Turns out it wasn't a discussion. It was a request to Trump.
Right now, even as we gather tonight, our teams are engaged in intensive diplomacy to secure a ceasefire in Gaza, to protect all civilians, especially innocent women and children, and ensure the release of all hostages. This conflict is the key to wider stability in the region, from the West Bank to Yemen to Lebanon, and time is short. The people across the region are watching, not for words, but for outcomes. They are waiting to see if this moment brings that peace. They looked at your incredible comeback, at your ability to bring together people of all faiths, and your arrival back at the White House with hope. Your message that the aid will be delivered, and perhaps that a political solution providing safety, justice, and security to all involved in the conflict can be reached. Mr. President, your involvement could catalyze a breakthrough where others have stalled, but only if done in concert with serious partners. Qatar brings the channels, the access, and the credibility. The United States brings power, leverage, and global weight. If we act together, we have a real shot at ending the bloodshed and restoring regional confidence. Mr. President, tonight we don't just mark a visit. We reaffirm a working alliance between two sovereign nations and a shared commitment between two leaders who believe peace comes from strength. Let this visit not just reinforce our alliance, but demonstrate that when leaders act, peace moves closer.
Anyways, it was tabled nevertheless. Meanwhile, he's also cutting deals in Saudi Arabia. Big ones.
Become very good friends over a fairly short period of time. I was in Saudi Arabia in May, and we are bringing back hundreds of billions of dollars into the United States, and we understand that, and they understand that. Some of the things that have been approved and are currently under construction and will be delivered to Saudi Arabia very soon, and that's for their protection. But if you look in terms of dollars, $3 billion, $533 million, $525 million, that's peanuts for you.
So here's your verdict moment. Does the good outweigh the bad? Comment below. Because Trump sure isn't answering questions. Remember to like and subscribe.